Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Dear people, in our tradition there is a saying about marriage, that marriage is half the path, half of the spiritual path. So that you can complete the other half. And many people understand that when you just simply get married, half of your work is done. But usually the marriages we have, this is not what they mean by marriages, no. There's very different configurations and very different ways how you can be with somebody. Now, the first thing, what is not very much understood in the West, is the way we relate goes like this. We meet somebody, we fall in love, we get disappointed in a way, and then we leave, no? Let's say it's like this. And it is because we have this idea that we have to find someone who fits perfectly. And we can find people who fit 70%, 80%, but you will not find one that fits perfectly. But you can create one that fits perfectly. And this is what is meant to be married. You see, marriage means that you enlighten each other through each other. But this can only happen if you have a trust, a real trust, and that you have mastered certain pillars. The first pillar you have to look at is, in which place do you stand as a man? Are you in avarice or are you in generosity? Now, many men take care for their family, but they do not do it with happiness. They don't do it in a pleasureful way. They do it like out of duty, and with every money they spend, they calculate if it is enough, if it is this or if it is that. Everything gets so expensive. They live more in the scarcity. And this kind of giving doesn't give the woman the feeling that she is really secure with you, that she is really given by you. Yeah. And most men live in avarice. And most women, they live somehow in generosity. So this is a very greedy world because it's a man's world. And for this reason, the day is close that the power will be returned to the women, because the women live in generosity. Not in waste, it doesn't mean you waste everything or just pure luxury. That also can be, but it is generosity. And generosity is not based on the amount of money you have. You can have nothing and still you can be a very generous person. And you can be a very rich man and still you are living in avarice. So the feeling of not having enough goes also very much together with the feeling of I'm not good enough. And when you find yourself that you live in avarice, that you don't want to really take care for somebody else with everything, starting by the money, because the money shows where you are. And the woman feels it in her womb. If she is secure with you, if she is receiving this generous energy, or if you are a miser and you somehow empty her womb, but without filling it. So when she feels that her womb gets empty, she cannot feed anymore her sexuality, which is under the womb. It's in the root point. It's in the spine, on the last bone. No, this is where our sexuality lives, and it's also the place of the snake, which wakes up. If it wakes up, it comes from there. No, so it's a very special bone, and in that bone you have the information of being connected to your generosity, because as we are all Khalifatullah, you have all this in you. You have that in you, but sometimes it's locked, sometimes it is blocked because the pattern is the wrong pattern. You go into avarice. And it might be that you learned it from your parents. It can be primordial. Whatever it is not so important when you learned it. It is just important to know, is this active? When you find these places, and they are shown also in the stars to you. You see, the stars is also an interesting thing, because we feel that we are, those who go into astrology, they usually have this impression that the stars are so powerful that they overpower us and we are somehow enslaved by them. But our prophet said, there is a truth in the stars, but you shouldn't follow it. Yeah. And what he did not say was they should follow you. And when you understand that you can make the stars to work for yourself, and the Prophet ﷺ, he demonstrated it 2 times. First, he divided the moon into halves. That's already very spectacular. But then he went to the sun, and he made the sun to move backwards. And he could do that because he made the stars to work for him, not he works for them. Yeah. And when you can hold your sun, which is in your heart, when you can hold the sun in your heart, you make the sun working for you. In your heart, literally enlightens. And when you can hold the moon, no, that the moon is in your belly and is water, it has to do with water. And you can hold this water, you can pacify the waters. You're not a turbulent ocean or turbulent whirlpool, whatever flies in there, and you get shaken around or turned around, but you hold your emotions, you hold them there, you hold your fears, you hold your worries and everything there. And then you will be capable to enter into the vision, which is Jupiter, the biggest planet, huge, tremendous huge, the biggest planet in the galaxy. I don't know how many hundreds of times it's bigger than the Earth, and also the Sun. It's gigantic, It's gigantic. And that shows you your cosmic position. So you connect with your heart finally, with your belly, you connect with the sun and the moon and the Jupiter to the cosmos. These are the 3 planets, they connect you with the cosmos and they make your life to work, And experience that, that the sun can enter. This is why it's told to us, it is in our tradition, it is a must that you pray. It's the biggest must actually in the 5 pillars of musts. This is the central pillar, and it goes with the sun and the moon. So you follow the sun. This is the first command. You follow the sun. And you identify the place where the sun is inside of you, because you are the cosmos yourself. So you must understand where the stars are located inside of you, what they represent. So the sun is your heart, yeah, and you give that fatherly energy to yourself. In our language is female, so you give also the motherly energy to yourself. You become your own father, you become your own mother. When you really make the sun work for you, that takes a lot of neediness and of weakness away, that you have always the feeling, I don't have enough, I'm not good enough, I don't know how to do this or that. You live with the sun, and the sun is infinite, generous, infinite giving, and it comes to our earth, you know, and the earth responds to the sun and explodes in its generosity, in its beauty. So when you really make your sun working for you, your earth becomes prosperous. You become a prosperous person. You will blossom. And then the next step is that you don't keep it for yourself alone, but you share it, and you can carry more people. Gurdjieff used to say, if you cannot feed 21 people a day, don't come to us. You're not ready. You are still living in avarice. You're not ready. No. But if you feel that power, that you can do it, you can do it yourself. You can feed 21 people. And it doesn't mean you have to give them 5-star dinner, you know. But you have this feeling that you can do it. Then the spiritual world will give to you. Because this is how it is. First, you'll be given to earth, then you'll be given from heaven. No? And there will come this new time, which is coming, of course, with some shakings. And shaking means that in the time where the negative pattern are present inside of us, and you realize one and you take it away, you lose some energy, because it's a negative energy, but it's still an energy. So you feel a kind of weakness, a kind of discomfort, a kind of lostness maybe, that can happen. And sometimes it happens then that you go back, because you are so used to that energy there that you say, without this energy, I cannot live. But if you integrate fast, because you see the thing very clear, it happens almost instant. You see it, you get the shock about what you see, but the integration is already happening as a next. And this is a way you make a step. You know? And what happens then when the negative pattern is taken away from you, decide about your life, about what you have to do, what you need to maybe repair, or what you need to look for, will be very clear. Yeah. So relationships are not so much a psychological phenomenon, it's more like an energetic phenomenon. And that's why it is so important to know the energetic body. There is a lot of people, they talk about chakras and all this stuff, but they usually have no clue at all. Yeah. Simply just telling, for example, people your chakra is here or your chakra is there, that's a complete nonsense, because these points are not in your physical body, they are in your energetic body. And of course, that is linked with your physical body. But there is not an actual place where you would feel them in your body. You feel them in your energetic body. And when you understand that, you bring these energies in your life, and you understand that you are mainly acting out of energetic reasons. This is a jumping point which will liberate us from the slavery of psychology. Because everyone is so much enslaved in psychology. The psychology which has as a foundation, you are sick, you are traumatized, you need to heal, you are damaged, you have child issues, you have mother issues, you have papa issues. And of course, there is a truth. But that truth doesn't liberate you. It doesn't give you a happy life. It doesn't give you real peace. There is always something missing. And this is the energetic aspects. These are the cosmic aspects of what we are, because we are living in a cosmos. So we are a cosmic being, no? And we relate to it. This is very important to understand now. So looking forward to go further in this kind of things, and have a very good day. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.